And I'm very happy to be here tonight. And I love being able to use my voice for something great. So tonight I'm gonna sing a song for you. It's from the Haitian artist named Belo. He's also a humanitarian, so I really love his music and his work because he's one of the Haitian artists that are actually making a difference right now. So I really love him for that. So the song I'm gonna sing is called La Cour Tranquille, which I could translate as a peaceful yard. But La Cour in Creole means a large space where you can have multiple houses and multiple families living in the same space. And I think that in that song, he was talking about Haiti as the La Cour, and we really need that peace right now. We really need that change of mentality. And also he's a very wise man, and I wish that everyone could understand what the lyrics of this song, but hopefully you will be able to feel the feelings. So yes, I'm gonna sing a cappella. So it's just gonna be me and you, like my voice and you, no instrument, no background instrumental, just me and my voice.
Thank you.
So grateful to have you, Pamela.
You're welcome. I'm very happy to be here.
And meet the hubby. This is John.
Oh, hi. All right. Si ouvre les grands, qu'on ouais les fins, mais ton petit en conti fourmi. Si ou vle gouverner la kousa, li gen règle li faut obéir. Si tout bon ou vle ça changer frème, faut qu'on montre bonne volonté. Trahison fait nous ignorer, principe grand monde mourir quitter. Faut qu'on doit commencer, qu'on doit pas finir, et doit pas finir, qu'on pas commencer, non, 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 non. Dread, naughty dreadlocks, nous v'lez changement, nous pas v'lez guerre, nous v'lez la paix, oh non, non. Dread, naughty dreadlocks, nous voulons pour ça changer, pour la cour tranquille. Nous voulons la cour tranquille. Faut que la cour vienne tranquille. Nous voulons la cour tranquille. Y'a qui j'en la cour crasée. Doit si moun yo pas respecter. Moralité pas exister encore, même si moun yo pas envie jouer. Si tout monde pas qu'à exister ensemble, discorde dans la cour. C'est un devoir pour tout rastaman, pour mettre l'ordre, mettre l'ordre, yeah. Dread Nazi dreadlocks, oh, nous v'lez changement, nous pas v'lez guerre, nous v'lez la paix, oh non non. Dread Nazi dreadlocks, nous v'lez pour ça changer, pour la couaca tranquille. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Beautiful.
Well,
Beautiful.
my pleasure. My pleasure. So, yes, I hope that everyone will be having a good time. I think it's a really great event already. And Thank you, Merlin, for the invitation. I was happy to be with you. And well, I will stay there and let the party begin.
Great.
Thank you, Pam. It's such an honor having you.
Oh, thank you.
Mettez ma l'aise, j'en voulais libérer pour m'allier l'autre côté. Mais bouquet mandé, bouquet ciblé, humiliation, femme fin déprimée. Si t'es qu'à décider, moi t'as fait tout ça connaît. Si moi t'es gain pouvoir, seul moi connais qui ça m'a fait. Mettez ma l'aise. Mettez ma l'aise. Mettez ma l'aise. Mettez ma l'aise. Mettez ma l'aise n'importe qui façon. Libérez pour m'allier l'autre côté. Le bouquet mandé, bouquet ciblé. Trop plat de prix, m'fait pas que la vie. Si t'es qu'à décider pour moi t'as fait tout ça m'connais. Si moi t'es gain pouvoir, en pile belle bagaille, moi ouais m't'a fait. Mettez ma l'aise. Mettez ma l'aise. Mettez ma l'aise. Mettez ma l'aise. Mettez ma l'aise, j'en voulais libérer pour m'allier l'autre côté. Le bouquet mandé, bouquet ciblé, humiliation, femme fin déprimée. Si t'es qu'à décider, moi t'as fait tout ça connaît.
Hey, it's so fun to see all of you. Welcome. So glad you're here.
Maptano, babe. Maptano. Nuit ça, me sentir déjà. C'est une nuit qui fait pour nous. Maptano, chandelle dans toute chambre là. Trying to set the mood right. Moi par contre, qui laisse soleil là. Avin, lâché un bras. Maptano, ça c'est un réel amour. Trying to set the mood right. Baby. Pas nos grands palais, c'est souffre trop, souffre trop. Tout rêve yon femme, c'est joindre yon bon garçon. Qui capable mais li sans condition. Tout rêve yon homme, c'est joindre avec yon bon femme. Cap toujours là, dans bon mauvais moment. Mais qui ça pour ta fait? Venir bon monde sous terre ça. Yon maman, yon papa. Mais qui ça pour ta fait? Venir bon monde sous terre ça. Yon grand-mère, yon grand-père, yon grand-père. Moi souffrir assez, qu'est moi dire assez, quoi moi dire assez, non moi dire assez. Des fois moi des bon Dieu, qui ça fait me payer. On souffrit trop, trop, on souffrit trop, trop, trop. Tout rêve yon femme, c'est rester yon bon femme. Surtout là yo, qu'on homme yo fait confiance. Tout rêve yon homme, c'est aimer yon seul femme. Qui t'a aidé, commet à tentation. Mais qui ça pour t'a fait? On vient pour monde sous terre ça. Yon maman, yon papa. Mais qui ça pour t'a fait? On vient pour monde sous terre ça. Yon grand-mère, yon grand-père. Parce que moi souffrir assez, qu'est moi dire assez, quoi moi dire assez, non moi dire assez. Des fois moi des bon Dieu, qui ça fait me payer. On souffrit trop, trop, on souffrit trop, trop, trop. La guerre. I don't wanna suffer no more. I don't wanna suffer no more. I don't wanna suffer no more. J'ai vite souffert assez, que moi souffrir assez, comme moi souffrir assez, non moi souffrir assez, just la souffrir assez, si monsieur mieux souffrir assez, fanatique j'ai pitié, c'est souffrir trop, c'est souffrir trop, lèvez-moi nous aider me chanter. What should I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? Qu'est-ce que fait qui mal? Franchement pas comprendre. Chanter. What should I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? Qu'est-ce que fait qui mal? Franchement pas comprendre. J'ai pu souffrir assez, que moi souffrir assez, comme moi souffrir assez, non moi souffrir assez, si monsieur mieux souffrir assez, mesdames moi yo souffrir assez, fanatique j'ai pitié, c'est souffrir trop, c'est souffrir trop, à nous danser, mais regarde.
Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Good evening to our Australian in the building. Good morning, good night, good middle of the night. We're not sure where you're coming in from. We're going to get started here in just a minute because we know even in a virtual space, sometimes it takes a minute or two to get your bearings. So drop into the chat and answer to one of these few questions. In fact, I'm putting those questions in the chat right now. The first one is, what is something you know about Haiti? Something you'd like to know about Haiti? And what's a word that describes a way you'd like to grow this year? You don't have to answer all of those, but choose one and let's see who's in the room tonight. Also share where you're coming from. We'd love to see who's joining us from all over the world.
Oh my.
Donovan's parents are here. Donovan will be
Wow.
running technology. We got Denver, Colorado in the building. Washington State, John is in the room, one over from me. Hi, John. Miranda, United Kingdom. We are officially global, y'all.
We
It's
are
happening.
global. International status. Wow. Tampa, Florida, Miami, Florida, Tulsa. Woo!
Wow.
Sausalito's in the building. San Francisco's here. Livermore.
Wow.
Upstate
So
New York
New
here.
Zealand.
We got Thomas's sister here.
Oh,
Legend.
Wow.
Legend precedes you, Thomas's sister. Welcome.
Welcome.
Eastern Tennessee's here. Palm Springs. Maryland's here. Berkeley, California. New Zealand's in the building. Meggie, who don't we have here?
I don't know. I'm waiting to see which country we haven't crossed off the list or city.
This is fun. We got Indiana here, Colorado. Juliana
Tabernacle.
says WADC. That's actually like a cool hip way to put that. WADC. WADC. Boston's here. Oh, Pittsburgh's in the building.
Cape Cod. Ooh, love the food there.
We have a lot of locations. How about this? Just so you know, you can ask questions in that chat at any time tonight. But maybe think about what's something you'd like to know about Haiti. That might set the stage for some questions we have time for later. What do you think, Meggie? Should we hit the ground running?
I think so. I think so. I actually was thinking a lot about your first question. What is something I know about Haiti? And the first thing that came to mind was just how beautiful it is. So I'm really looking to seeing people's answers in the chat. But let's go ahead and get started while we're waiting for answers to come on in. So welcome everyone. It's great to have you here. My name is Meggie Pierre-Louis, and I'm a member of the Haiti Partners Board of Directors, and I'm also a Haitian American. I'm completing my PhD in education with an emphasis on assessment and international assessment policy. I also just have the great honor and pleasure of working in Haiti in education as a consultant for the Inter-American Development Bank and the Global Partnership for Education. So working with Haiti Partners is kind of another way to keep Haiti just central to my life and education in Haiti at the forefront.
Folks, I begged in all of our rehearsals to go first because Meggie's introduction is legendary. Such a gift to have you on the board and co-host with you tonight. My name is Houston. I'm also a member of the Haiti Partners Board and the co-founder of an organization called Character Strong. We work in schools all over the country and world focused on teaching social emotional learning and character development, things like empathy, perspective taking, emotional regulation. What we call it in the biz is teaching the whole child. So what beyond academics do we need to teach to make sure students are successful in the real world? Which is why I love serving on the Haiti Partners Board, because their model of education believes deeply what I do, which is that education is the #1 pathway to a better world. Few housekeeping items as we get started. Some of you have probably been in these virtual or digital rooms before, but just in case, a couple of quick notes. We'll use the chat feature as much as we can tonight. We want to engage, we get to know you, see who's here, new faces, familiar faces, and everything in between. So use that chat feature as you like. Everyone will be muted throughout the evening. So if you're trying to unmute and interject, we've disabled that. At some point, we'd like to hear your voice, but not in the middle of a Marilyn story. That's what we're excited about tonight. We're gonna play a few videos tonight, and some of them might come through at slightly different volumes. So just make sure you're minding that. You might turn it down a little bit or turn it up, but you have control of that on your end. Hopefully, the last pro tip for this virtual space is the way you visualize what you're seeing right now. So in the upper corner of Zoom, you'll see a little button that says view. If you click that button, you have two options: speaker view and gallery view. If you ever want to toggle to see a bunch of different humans and all the people that we're sharing space with tonight, you can go into that gallery view. But speaker view is going to be the best experience tonight because we'll always be spotlighting the slides of the people speaking. So make sure you're on speaker view. We expect to finish up at 6:15 Pacific Standard Time, whatever that is in Australia time. We'll figure that out at some point, Christine, I promise. And any answers we don't get to tonight, everything's on that Haiti Partners website. Back to you, Meji.
That's right. And thank you, Houston, so much for these incredible pro tips for enjoying this wonderful event on Zoom. Again, please use the chat. Let us know if you have any thoughts, questions. I'm seeing Mary from Vero Beach and just lots of really cool things coming in from the chat. Hello, thank you so much for engaging. And I think now's a really great time to just dive right in. So you might be wondering, for those of you who are maybe new to Haiti Partners, what Haiti Partners is all about. So Haiti Partners' mission is about helping Haitians change Haiti through education. And their vision, our vision, is to create a school-based community development model that prepares and inspires children to become those change makers. So to realize this vision, we actually partner with 6 partner schools in Haiti, Haitian-run schools. And then in 2012, we founded our Children's Academy and Learning Center. So all together, between the 6 partner schools and the Children's Academy, we have about 1,350 students in all of these schools. So just thinking about that incredible accomplishment, I want to take a second to thank all the sponsors of this incredible Growing Together event, and also to just all of Haiti Partners, donors, and along with the board members and volunteers that worked so hard at putting this whole event together. Thank you so much. It's just been such an honor to work with you.
And we should all feel very excited for tonight. I'm so pumped to learn and listen to some of the amazing work and really some of the story, not only of Haiti Partners, but Haiti at large.
Yep.
I think you're going to be inspired and humbled and learn a lot tonight alongside all of us. And we have people tuning in from literally all over the world, from the UK to Australia to Indianapolis to DC to Washington State to John in just the other room to John in Vero Beach. People coming in from all over. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are delighted tonight to share the microphone and the space and our hearts with John and Marlene Engel, the co-directors of Haiti Partners. Welcome you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, we're not on mute. Okay, great. A little clumsy here. It's wonderful to be with all of you. And boy, thanks so much for joining us tonight. All the sponsors and the donors, thank you for helping us get so far, reach our goal. You guys are just amazing. And boy, aren't we lucky to have Houston and Meji on our board of directors, and you'll other board members will be greeting you as well tonight. I just want to say that tonight we're not going to talk about Haiti's current situation. So in case somebody was looking for an update on that, we're not going to talk about it. We have a program to talk about our work and talk about the history. The situation is extremely volatile right now. But yeah, we know that we take a long view in mind with our work in education. We know that no matter what happens, children need to be educated, and we just stay at it. And we're optimistic that Haiti will get on the other side of this in due time. For those of you who are with us for the first time, thank you very, very much for attending a Haiti Partners event. In terms of me, I was born and raised in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And when I was 26, I had a nice job with Panasonic, but I was coming up short on meaning. And they were generous enough to give me a 2-year leave of absence to go serve with an organization supporting education in Haiti. And actually, it's coming up on 30 years since I did that. And Christine Barndon from Australia was on the airplane beside me, going to Haiti to serve with the same organization. So great to see you, Christine. Thanks for being here. I found the history, I found the people inspiring, the history and the culture so compelling, so moving that I ended up staying, and eventually I committed my life to this work. But the most important is that on April 7th, 2002, I met this woman, and we were married 9 months later. We just celebrated 18 years, and this woman is the best thing that ever happened to me. So again, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Marlene, tell us a little bit about who you are. If you're the best thing that ever happened to John, there has to be some good stuff going on in your story. Tell us about that.
Well, he's too kind, Houston. You know that he's and I'm really lucky to have John as well. So I'm glad he made that decision. And as he said, it's coming on 30 years now since he made the decision to move to Haiti. I'm not seeing myself as a lucky one. I see all my sisters and brothers in Haiti. We are so lucky to have a good human being as John to be with us. So we're going to call him a Haitian now. So thank you, everyone. And thank you, Houston. Thank you, everyone, again. It's so great being with you this evening. I am Haitian American. I am passionate about education, and I'm a foodie. I love food. So I was raised in Haiti by a family profoundly committed to both education and hospitality. Education that empowers people, and hospitality that truly honors people's dignity. It's great seeing so many of you tonight who has been to Haiti with us. We miss you, and we hope one day you can come back. And for those of you who are new in the room and new with Haiti Partners, welcome to the Haiti Partners family. On behalf of our students in Haiti and all of our colleagues, we're so thankful to each of you for being here tonight, once again coming together to support Haiti. Our theme tonight is growing together, and growing together reflects our philosophy. At the Children's Academy, Nap grandi ensemble is frequently said. We're growing together. Our focus tonight is Haiti and Haiti Partners' work, but we see our work as a microcosm of the world. The challenges that Haiti is facing, the challenges that really the world is facing requires that we work together. So working together, and it's, in a sense, it's required that we learn and we growing together. And for me, that's what tonight, the theme tonight, it's all about. So we're starting the evening by learning about the life of a young woman, Leisa. She's a sixth grader at the Children's Academy. I've drawn so much inspiration from Leisa from the moment that she entered the school when she was 3 years old, and as a kindergarten, and now she's 12. So tonight you will see, you watch a short video to get you just a little glimpse into her world at this school, at the Children's Academy.
Bonjour, bienvenue en Haïti. Moi, elle est Leisa. Moi, j'ai 12 ans. Moi, dans 6e année fondamentale dans ADK. Une belle l'école dans le monde en Port-au-Prince. Dans la communauté que je vis kounia. Moi, j'aime la communauté moyen. Ak tout bagay sou l'école moyen. Gen un pile qui est content dans l'école là. Pendant pandémie ça, Leader nou yo te jwen yon fason pou fè l'école en sécurité et yo te appliqué mezi takou lave men, mette kachne pou protéger yon ak lot. Sa ki toujou touche kem ak param, se pou jan yo pran swim kom yon handicap. Yo toujou fè m senti m gen valè même jan ak tout lot ti moun. Même si m manke yon pied, l'école ça a aidé en pile si tout l'aime besoin aller à l'hôpital pour joindre soin pour pied. Yo te aidé joindre plusieurs fois pied déjà mais yo pas dire. Moi gen espoir un jour m'pas utiliser bekia encore. Nous apprenons en pile bagay que yon l'école qui dans zone rurale Haïti pour ko apprendre. Informatique de base, anglais, espagnol et français. Nous apprenons dans l'école là tout agriculture de base qui montre nous qui jan pour travailler terre. Surtout à utilisation méthode permaculture pour nous grandir puis plus manger. Peut-être déjà connais moi gen handicap ak yon pied, déjà connais la vie pral plus difficile pour moi surtout comme yon fille. M'gen tan découvrir m'reme technologie et puis professeur Arcelno dit moi apprendre vite. Je souhaite un jour pour me venir fort pour me aider l'autre petit monde qui a un handicap en Haïti à apprendre technologie tout. Nous-mêmes avons un choral qui est les roseaux. Roseau c'est une qualité bambou qui coupe mais qui pas cassé. Même gens ak roseau, communauté moyen très fort. Espoir moi c'est ouais, nous tout dans l'école ça venir à changement pour pays nous. Moi reconnaissant envers un pile monde qui te contribué dans l'éducation moi depuis dans classe kinder. Moun te kou parent moi qui vle m gen yon vie pi bon passe yo ap travail di pour aider moi. En plus, je reconnaissant pour moun tankou moun qui loue mais qui ka toujours valeur dans moi ak dans communauté moyen. Merci pour confiance ou dans l'esprit humain. Quel que soit côté li grandi. Pour confiance ou dans nous ak volonté ou dans partenariat ça gen gros bagay k'ap passé ici là sous monde là. Merci.
Notice a few things right away. First one, they're learning English, Spanish, French, Haitian Creole, more languages than I've ever been taught in schools. Number two, I notice that Leisa already has this passion to pass along what she's learned, her influence, which is why I love that John and Marlene and the work at Haiti Partners is about the long view. That's how education works. Influence passes on. And I just notice the strength of the spirit that this young girl has and the passion she has for education, which is why I'm so grateful for the sponsors that we have tonight and people who support this work. Tonight, a huge reason why tonight is possible and why we've met our goal, or at least a portion, and I'll share more on that soon. But it's because of our presenting and dean level and principal level sponsors. The presenting level sponsors, Ken Lindstedt Architects, BAR Architects, Alfton Construction, Da Vinci Marble, Jada Windows, Coritalia, Murphy McKenna Construction, FTF Structural Engineering. Our Dean level sponsors, Stoker and Allaire General Contractors, Scott and Warner Builders, the principal level BKG Structural Engineers, and the Gregory Cadell Charitable Trust. We are growing together, and thanks to your generosity, from Vero Beach to Hershey to Denver to San Francisco and a whole lot of points in between, tonight is possible. San Francisco Bay Area design community continues to show up and be unbelievable in their support. So thank you. Thank you.
That's right, Houston. I mean, we're just so thrilled to share that thanks to the generosity of our sponsors and others who donated when registering, we've actually reached our goal of providing scholarships for 3 classrooms of students at the Children's Academy. And you've supported our 6 partner schools. I mean, this is incredible. Thank you so much.
It's legendary, but we have an additional challenge that just came forward recently, thanks to the generous Vero Beach base friends and that community there. They've offered to match up to $25,000, which would put forth an additional class of 60 students on scholarship. Students a lot like Lisa, which is pretty incredible. So the $25,000 normally would support around 30 students on scholarship, but tonight that would get matched. Plus 100% of your gifts will go to covering additional scholarships at the Children's Academy and our partner schools. So you see a QR code on the screen right now. And I don't know if you've ever used QR codes. They are the thing of the future. I learned they're really easy to use recently. I thought they were this really complicated thing I had to have an app for, but now you can literally just open up the camera app on your phone. I'm going to demonstrate it here. You point it right at that little code and it opens up a link. If you click on that link, it'll take you right to a donation page. And I'm going to give this a try right now. I think it's pretty easy. So far, it's already up and I can see the opportunity to donate for a 1-month scholarship, 2 months, 1 month's wage for a teacher, or full year scholarship for a student, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to try and play with this for just a second, Veggie. I don't know if you have easy of a time.
Let me go ahead and try that out and see if it works.
I'm going to remind folks that if you have the ability to drop a question into the chat, we will be looking at those questions throughout the evening and try to get to some later tonight.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, Houston. So, you know, I really want to get back to Leisa's story. I just was so touched watching and hearing Leisa, you know, just getting a glimpse into her life. It just really touched my heart. And it's her and children like her that led me to devote my life to, you know, improving education for children in Haiti and across the globe. I don't know what your thoughts were, Houston.
Yeah, it's important to know that the Children's Academy is not just specifically a school for children with specific needs. It serves the children across the huge greater community. At present, there is a classroom designated to 12 specific students with diverse needs. And there are 2 teachers who are trained to work with these children. And Marlene, I believe there's a US institution and a cool partnership there committed to helping Lisa as well.
Yes, and you're right. Our dear friend, Danielle Gilbert, she might be in the room tonight, but I'm not sure. She has worked with several institutions in the US and they have committed to help Lisa have a prosthetic leg for a good amount of time. So we hope, she's here. There is Danielle. Hi, Danielle, we miss you. So Danielle, again, she has been working with several institutions to help bring Lisa to the state and to help with her leg. And that's, we hope that's in the coming and we'll keep you up to date.
Yeah, and I think it's also just really exciting to see that a school in Haiti, especially one like this, is supporting students like Lisa and other students with diverse needs. I mean, this is the future of learning in Haiti. So this is just incredible.
I must add also, Danielle spent a lot of time in Haiti with us and also with Lisa. So these guys are buddies. So we can't wait for the 2 of them to join.
Absolutely. This is such wonderful news, just to know that Leisa's story will will continue to be happy and that she'll one day be able to walk without crutches. So that's incredible. Okay, so up until this point, we've been talking a little bit about education and life in Haiti. And so I think it's kind of a great time to maybe segue into watching a video about a brief history in Haiti. And we can probably learn a little bit more about Haiti Partners' work as well. So through this video, we're going to learn about a Haitian concept called combit. It's a practice that the formerly enslaved people of Haiti created to work together to survive and now thrive. So we like to think about combit as working and growing together, which is also our theme for tonight. So let's take a look at this video. My name is Medji Pierre-Louis. I'm a Haiti Partners board member, and I want to share with you a little bit of history about my family's homeland, Haiti. With a population of 11.2 million, Haiti shares the island of Hispaniola with the Dominican Republic. The name Haiti means land of high mountains and comes from the indigenous Taino people who likely inhabited the island for thousands of years prior to Spanish colonization. According to many historical accounts, they were an advanced and beautiful civilization, often characterized as peaceful by nature. Sadly, along with its beauty, the island harbors a terribly painful history. In 1492, in search of a new world, Christopher Columbus claimed the island for Spain. Within 50 years of that claim, the vast majority of the island's indigenous people, approximately 7 million souls, had died from slavery, horrific abuse, disease, starvation, and suicide. In 1505, Spain began trafficking slaves from Africa in an effort to offset and eventually replace the indigenous population they were eradicating. In 1697, as part of an unrelated treaty from an unrelated war, Spain ceded the western third of Hispaniola to France, ushering in a new era of brutality for the colony. Under French rule, working slaves to death was considered to be more cost-effective than sustaining them into old age. As such, French imports of slaves rose from 8,000 annually in 1720 to 30,000 annually by 1789. By the 1800s, insatiable greed had driven slave owners to amass a slave population that outnumbered them by 10 to 1, numbers they maintained through sheer brutality. With great riches being extracted by these enslaved Africans, Haiti was known as the Pearl of the Antilles, the most lucrative colony on Earth, the world's top producer of sugar and coffee, and among the global leaders in indigo, cacao for chocolate, and cotton. Despite the seemingly insurmountable cruelty that colonial greed fostered, in 1804, Haiti's estimated 500,000 enslaved people successfully revolted against and overthrew the French, making Haiti the first Black republic in history to declare independence. Yet, even in the face of this remarkable achievement, centuries of targeted oppression, both within Haiti and from around the globe, have continued to plague my land and our people. To this day, external repression and exploitation, compounded internally by political corruption and geographical challenges such as Haiti's unrelenting hurricane seasons, have contributed to Haiti's persistently volatile state. As if history weren't brutal enough, on January 12, 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake hit Haiti. Miraculously, my family was spared, as were the lives and homes of our loved ones. For so many others, the same cannot be said. In addition to the thousands who died, the quality of life of many who survived were made even lower by the loss of what little they already had. Many were forced to live under tents and tarps in terrible conditions that fostered unimaginable suffering, including a devastating cholera outbreak that claimed the lives of thousands more. Before the 2010 earthquake, 2/3 of Haiti's population lived on less than $2 a day, and 1/3 on less than $1 per day. Nearly 50% of school-aged children weren't going to school regularly. Undoubtedly, these numbers have gotten worse, especially in light of COVID-19 and the continued political instability and turmoil of the last 5 years. More than 10 years since the earthquake, many of these families still live in homes pieced together with tarps, wood, and scraps of metal. They can't afford medical care or the cost of books, uniforms, and supplies for their children to go to school. Many of these communities don't even have running water, electricity, or sewage systems. As a Haitian American, it has broken my heart seeing firsthand the poverty, despair, and sense of hopelessness that persists, especially among the young people of my country. Historically, the Haitian cultural practice of kombit is how the enslaved people of Haiti survived once they gained their independence. Kombit, a practice we like to translate as growing together, enabled them to collectively carry a load that none of them could carry alone. Help me with my garden today, and tomorrow, all of us will help you with yours. This was the spirit of kombit. In a land historically choked out by conquest and control, I found myself looking to the cultural practice of kombit for a transformational approach to community building that was actively fostering partnerships, groupthink, and group growth in Haiti. That's when I discovered Haiti Partners. Co-directed by Merlene and John Ingle, Haiti Partners is a Haitian-led effort born of the greater Mayunma area in Haiti, drawing upon the wealth of decades of focused relationship building and strategic grassroots networking. At Haiti Partners, future success has been firmly rooted in a commitment to the ancestral spirit of kombit, working, learning, and growing together. Building from this cultural approach, Haiti Partners communities learn and grow together with an emphasis on fostering partnership, dignity, and a sense of collective ownership and pride in the process. And just look at what kombit has done so far. There are more than 1,350 students between the Children's Academy and our 6 partner schools. More than 200 staff members receive monthly salaries, which isn't always a given for school staff in Haiti. At the Children's Academy alone, there are 820 community members who self-manage village savings and loans groups, over 100 home gardens, a school wellness program, literacy groups, and a growing movement of agricultural technicians. Despite all of the heartbreak and uncertainty that Haiti continues to face, we at Haiti Partners have embraced the challenge of preparing students to create a brighter future. Little by little, tipa pa tipa, this school-based community development model is tapping into the power of kombit to transform education into an experience that elevates human dignity and creates conditions for children and family to grow together. Gratefully, we do what we can right where we are with whatever we have. But if kombit has taught us anything, it's that more people make more possible. That's why we are inviting you to kombit with us. Let us work together to make education a success story in Haiti. Because by growing together, we are all made better, and our world is so much stronger.
John and Marlene, I hope you feel very proud of that video, which tells such a beautiful story and history. In fact, I caught a glimpse of a young John Engel in there. Looking good, my friend. You've lived some of this history. I'm so interested to know, how do you feel that history that we, probably so many of us, didn't know much about? How has it contributed to its current condition?
Yeah, thanks, Houston. You know, it feels like the legacy of colonialism and slavery in some ways is actually perpetuated by the schooling experience, by the educational system. So what we need is more beat. There's just so much fear and punishment, and Meji has more of the statistics, but even children who may not necessarily get beat but witness others, there's just a lot of trauma. I remember when I was early in learning Haitian Creole and working on it, and I had just recently moved out of Port-au-Prince, and I was trying to explain to Jeff and Ricardo, who were 6 and 7, and their father was there, that they could be my teachers. They were just young, but they spoke Haitian Creole fluently, and I wanted to learn, so I wanted them to correct me. And as I'm explaining this, I see Joel smiling, and he grabs a branch that's kind of shaped like a whip, and he chuckles and he hands it off to little Ricardo, and he says, "Where there is education, there must be punishment."
Yeah, I would say I was one of the luckiest one that fortunately, I didn't get hit in school and at home, but that's not the case for most Haitian families. In fact, they believe the more punishment you get, the better you're going to be in life. It prepares you in life to be better elsewhere. So we have learned in recent decades that children learn best when they are in a safe environment and in loving conditions, loving relationships with people that they trust to care for them. Trauma, fear, and violence can block our learning. What we know about human beings is that trauma that is not basically transformed will likely transferred to others. And that's what we at Haiti Partners, we're striving to know how to do it best so that all this trauma that was transferred to us from generations to generations, so that we can find a way to, in a sense, to address it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Marlene. I mean, there's just so much evidence out there that points to the role that trauma plays in hindering learning. In fact, the Haitian government actually outlawed corporal punishment, I believe in 2001. But a study that was recently conducted by UNICEF really pointed to this trend where they're seeing like students reporting that actually 1 out of 5 children say that they have been victims of corporal punishment by people like teachers. So, John, right there is just like a real precedent to deeply consider how to transform learning experiences for students in Haiti.
Mm. Yeah. Now I will add as well that we're talking about the schooling system in Haiti that we're critical of. I will add that we believe that the schooling system in the U.S. has lots of opportunities for improvement with project-based learning and more of a beat, more of a partnership approach, because the challenges we're facing are just monumental, and preparing children for a future that we don't really know what it looks like. But what we do know is that social and emotional learning, character development, these things that aren't necessarily the focus a lot of times, they are so important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we're seeing the whole world actually beginning to grapple with this issue of like, how do we prepare students for the future? And really prepare them as a whole child, not just giving them technical skills, but really giving them the skills like social emotional skills and things that they're going to need to be like active contributors of their communities.
Mhm.
So, Marlene, it's really making me wonder, like, how does Haiti Partners think about these things and approach these challenges?
Great question, Meji. So when we study COVID, we learned that the solutions are all there. So working together in harmony and in partnership, honoring one another's dignity, having fun together while you getting good work done, helping one another. I mean, for us, we're striving to tap into the power of Combit. We want students to witness respect and collaboration, and how teachers treat them, and also how the school staff and parents treat one another and work together in partnership. This is what we're striving. We're not there yet, but we're striving to get better at it, and so our students can become real change makers, to become great citizens for the country and for the world.
Yeah, I mean, stories of Combit are just so powerful. And I could go on and on about just the things that I love about Haiti. And one of the things that I love most about Haiti and Haitian culture is the custom of eating pumpkin soup on January 1st to celebrate our independence. Okay, so for those of you who may not be as familiar with Haitian culture, you may be wondering, like, why pumpkin soup on Independence Day? Here in the US, when we celebrate independence, we think about barbecue ribs and I don't know, lots of great cookout food. But for us, I mean, it's really a commemorative thing. I mean, during slavery, the French masters would require the people they enslaved to make pumpkin soup for them. But then these enslaved peoples were forbidden to actually eat the soup. So this is really like the significance of celebrating our freedom with a bowl of pumpkin soup. It kind of just marks our path forward as free people. So some people call it liberation soup, freedom soup, independence soup, also soup jumu. Merlene has an incredible recipe for this, and we're gonna watch a short video of Merlene and Daphne in Haiti making pumpkin soup. But before we do that, I do want to quickly note that in this video, Merlene and Daphne are actually making pumpkin soup at the Haiti Partners Guest House in Haiti, which is normally open to volunteers and visitors of the school. I'm pretty sure many people here on the call have been there. I've been there, it's so cool. But once the situation in Haiti permits travel and things of that nature, please be on the lookout for opportunities on the Haiti Partners webpage to visit the guest house as a volunteer or as a visitor at the Children's Academy. Okay, now let's watch this amazing video.
Hello from Haiti. My name is Melinengo and I am with Haiti Partners, and I'm here with Daphne. Today we're going to make pumpkin soup or squash soup. And we also call it the soup of freedom, soup of independence. Some of you have been to Bellevue, so you already have our pumpkin soup, and some of you have not. So for those of you who have been here, we miss you and we hope one day you can come back. So to make the pumpkin soup, we're going to take you through a process, and Daphne is going to tell you all the ingredients that we will need to make this soup. Stay with us. And Daphne, what do we have here?
Pour nous faire soupe jumeau, nous avons besoin de jumeau qui c'est plus gros bagay là. Jumeau, après jumeau, on a besoin de navet, on a besoin de carottes, on a besoin de céleri, cabay soupe là, bon genre goût. On a besoin de pommes de terre, on a besoin de chou, on a besoin de citron, les soupes là presque bon. On a besoin de beurre tout, les soupes là presque bon pour nous mettre. Gen moun qui fait soupe avec viande, ça c'est moun qui mange viande. Gen moun tout qui pas mange viande, yo fait soupe là comme ça. Pour moun qui mange viande, y a besoin d'épices pour épicer viande nan, y a besoin de sel, l'huile avec un petit gison ainsi. Et puis tout à la fin, y a besoin de macaroni pour mettre dans soupe là, les soupes là presque bon.
Thank you so much, and we can't wait to share our awesome healthy dish with you. This is so good. Bon appetit.
Oh, watching Merlene show us how to make, Merlene and Daphne show us how to make soup jomo made me so hungry. For those of you who are interested in following Merlene's liberation soup recipe, there's a link in the chat for her, what we call soup jomo liberation soup. And you can follow it, and I strongly recommend. So actually, as I mentioned, watching Merlene eat the soup and show us how to make it made me super hungry. So you know what, Houston? I actually followed Merlene's recipe and made some liberation soup. And I have it here. Okay. So let me just go ahead and try it for you guys to make sure.
I'm not looking.
You know.
I'm not
Oh, you
watching.
should look. I want you to be jealous. Okay.
I'm not watching any more footage of that soup. I'm so hungry. This
my
is like
God.
our third run through in 3 days. And I haven't made the soup. I should just make the soup.
You
That
should.
looks
And
delicious, Maggie.
let me tell you, I actually put Merlene's hot sauce in there. As you can see, I'm making my way through the bottle. And it gave it that special kick, that really authentic taste. It's super delicious. I strongly recommend.
That is a
Probably
pro
gonna take
move,
another
Maggie.
bite.
Pro move. It's so fun for me to learn history as well as being jealous alongside it. It feels like a great time to learn more about Haiti Partners and how they use Combit to inform the educational model. That's my work. That's my passion. I loved Lais's video earlier. She says, it's a joy to come to school. How rare. I get to work at a lot of schools, and I'll tell you that is a rare statement from young people. So how does Combit inform the educational model? I'm interested in that. What about you, Meji?
Yeah, absolutely, Houston. You know, I've actually been to the Children's Academy, like many folks joining us tonight, I think. Yeah.
I believe I was there. This is maybe the one thing I have on you. Your intro was like so intimidating, but I have been to the Children's Academy before you. So I go back, hold on to that.
Okay, well, that may be true, but I was there when it was further along in construction. So I think I'm gonna give myself some cool points for that.
Turn my video off.
Okay. So before we, start talking about the school, I think it could be a really good time to give some context on like where it's located and where we work. So Haiti is in the Caribbean. It's a 90-minute flight from Miami. The Children's Academy is in Baosia, which is just south of Port-au-Prince. And our 6 partner schools are located in a few different parts of Haiti. So that includes 4 of our partner schools in the Léogâne area. Then we have 1 school in Cité Soleil and 1 school on the island of La Gonave. So those are where our partner schools are located, and the Children's Academy is actually in Baosia, just south of Port-au-Prince. So Merlene and John, now that we've kind of gotten our orientation settled, why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Like, tell us about the Children's Academy. Take us on a tour.
Yeah, great. Let me see. You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thanks. Yeah, so this picture shows the land where the Children's Academy is now. That's Marilyn. This is when we were just in the process of purchasing it. Now, this is the site plan this is thanks to BAR Architects, who we met in 2010, and all their services for the first building, for the second building. Now we're working on the third building. They've all pro bono. We also have FTF engineers who have done pro bono services for the second building. But for this first building, it's about 5,500 square feet. It would be a total of 5 classrooms, also some administrative offices. It's a beautiful, simple design where it really takes advantage of the beauty, the natural beauty of the area. There's also a 50,000 gallon reservoir to collect rainwater, which is so very important. Then when we go to the second building's going to come up here, right down there. You see it marked. We just actually finished the 3rd floor. This is about 8,000 square feet. The first floor is the hand paper making. You'll hear more about that. There's 5 classrooms in it, 4 bathrooms, and some office space. What we're particularly proud of with the second building is that it was actually constructed by primarily the parents and other community members in our area. we manage the construction. And so in a sense, a lot of times construction is a time when, boy, you're not necessarily bringing the culture that we're trying to nurture at the school of Combit and working in partnership and honoring the dignity and value of every person. It's not necessarily always happening like that on a construction site. And we had some challenges on the first building. We had a Haitian firm that came and did the construction. It all worked out, earthquake resistant, hurricane resistant construction. But on the second building, we teamed up with Extolo International, and they were with us for more than a year, training and working alongside our parents. And so the parents and community members actually did the construction, and 5 of them were mothers of students. So it was just really excited about that. And they will continue to do the construction for the next building as well.
That is legendary. And I love knowing and having seen photos of Marlene as like the 4-person down there, the manager managing. I don't know what Marlene doesn't do, but it's so cool to see those things coming to life. As Deanna said in the chat, women and the moms who are part of that building, it's just an incredible, just a piece of the puzzle that I feel passionate about how this thing is thought about so holistically. So you found the Children's Academy in this particular part of Haiti. Marlene, why was it the right place and time for this community-based education model? What was the inspiration for you?
Thank you, Houston. Well, that's a great question. So I had been working with children and I was a community choir since 2006 and learning about their struggles. Some choir members were in 5th grade and still didn't have basic reading skills. It was shocking to me, really. So we put our 2 children in a private school, which was completely out of reach of others in our community. I remember picking up our kids from school who were just 4 and 2 years old on our very bouncy white back. Some of you remember that word, very bouncy in the mountain. So we were talking to Daniel and Layla, and we just said, so now you've been in school for a couple of months with new friends and a new language. How is it going? And they both responded, we love it. So as we continued our way up in the mountain towards our home, so we see all these beautiful kids just running around on this side of the rocky road. So then when Layla asked, so why all these kids are not in school? So we told them that some of these kids will have the opportunity to go to school and some of them just won't. And they said, well, we wish all of these kids can go to our school, can go to the school where we go. So that conversation with Daniel and Layla just led us deeper with the powerful phrase, in a sense, to whom much is given, much is expected. So their words helped, inspired us to start having monthly community meetings every month. So we met in the Catholic Church to discuss community issues and needs. Not surprising, better opportunities for the kids was a priority. So little by little, meeting by meeting, we build a shared vision together to this day. And we have open community meeting every second Sunday of the month. So this is how it's all started. This is where we've been. This is where we are now. So we're just so grateful to be in this, path.
Yeah, I mean, this is really cool, especially because it just feels like the Haitian concept of Combit has just been a part of the Children's Academy from the very beginning. And the community seems so engaged. And I just saw Sarah Collier's question about like how we engage with parents and the community. It just feels like this concept of Combit feels central to all of that. So maybe you can talk more about that, Marlene.
Yeah, so it's really been, it's really been cool to see how the community has been really engaged. So we definitely have our challenges. Don't get don't get us wrong. So the way Haiti is, the way the culture is, and especially with the political system, it's yeah, we have our challenges, but we're super encouraged by the parents, by the community members. So let's start with collaborative leadership at the Children's Academy. There is the leadership teams, 4 people, 2 women and 2 men. Boy, I love these people. They
They're
are
rock stars.
incredible human beings. They're rock stars. In fact, 2 of them are in the room with us, Alex and Ginia
And Esther.
and
Oh,
Esther, and we have
Jarnal.
Jarina from Haiti. So they are amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
So hats off to you guys. So what we do is not just about John and Merlin or Merlin and John, or, you know, it's about all of these people that just carry the load morning and night. So we're so lucky. So the staff meets basically every week in a circle. It is a way to cultivate a good relationship, dialogue, and learning together. And that's what we says, learning and growing together. The big contribution of the parents is in providing 4 service hours every week to the school and the community. Like, they support teachers in the classroom. They help manage the composting toilets and maintain school gardens. They assist the hand paper making, social business. You see beautiful cards. What are they here? So you'll see beautiful cards. So they help doing that. And also they do home gardens. So they really apply the convite. Today I come to work in your garden. Tomorrow, all of you come and work to my garden. So in fact, we have a video with parents talking about the home gardens program. Let's watch it.
Alors, je remercie Combit Jade Lakay et pour l'initiative ça, puisque nous avons une belle tête ensemble pour être capable de réaliser aujourd'hui. Et c'est grâce avec Combit ça qui permet de rêver la vie une réalité. Parce que vraiment, nous garder pour nous prendre, pour nous mettre goal, ils aider nous vraiment dans goal, nous marier goal ensemble, ils font un bel travail avec nous. Et ensuite, les n'a terminé encore. N'a qui là encore ensemble avec nous, ba nous bel backup. Alors me sentir satisfait en pile, remercier nous en pile et n'a capable toujours kembe là et nous demander l'autre parents qui pour connaître l'initiative ça pour capable performer ensemble pour nous mettre tête ensemble pour nous capable avancer et pour le reste ça va venir en réalité. Merci en pile. Combit la caille.
Incredible.
Love seeing those gardens come to life. I love just hearing the stories of these things and then getting to see the people who are building them. It's so cool to have that captured. Since we're talking about gardens, it feels like a perfect time to segue to the emphasis that the Haiti Partners places on entrepreneurship. If we want our educational model to nurture future-oriented things, nurture entrepreneurship, we can't just talk about it, we have to do it, right? Marlene, tell us about how you live that so beautifully about Marlene's Caribbean hot sauce.
Oh,
Hot topic
you.
tonight, Marlene. We're excited about this.
Hot topic. Yeah, let's spice it up. Thank you. Yes, you said it right, Houston. We got to do it. You got to do it. So we can't just talk about it. We got to do it. So my mother died when I was a baby. I grew up hearing about her hospitality and famous hot sauce. So I'm sure it wasn't fancy like that. It was just, her regular recipe. So yeah, these stories inspired me to make my own, developing a brand and product. Also, it's a part of a long-term strategy to make Haiti Partners work more sustainable long after John and I gone. So with Marlene's 100% profit will go to charity. The majority will help fund Haiti Partners work. So we make it in a commercial kitchen in Florida. And the magic ingredient is Caribbean Scotch bonnet peppers. So all the Scotch bonnet peppers from Haiti, they go in Haiti and Dominican Republic. We also buy some from Jamaica. So here is a short video talking about my hot sauce with Eva Victor. Look her up. She's been to Haiti with us. She's fabulous, and
She's on here.
She's on here.
Tonight.
She's here tonight, and she's the daughter of a dear friend and a board member, Lisa Victor. So Lisa Victor is the lead architect of the building. So all the building that we're doing at the Children's Academy with 4 architects, with all the volunteers that we have helping with that, Lisa is the boss. So please watch the video with Ava.
Hi, my name is Ava. I hope you're having fun at the event. I know I am. If you know me, you know that Merlene's Caribbean hot sauce is one of my favorite things in the world. I got this in the mail literally yesterday. Don't mind my nails. I'm a teenager. I eat it on everything. So I thought to encourage you to imagine what you could eat it on, I would make you a list of things you can use the hot sauce on. So here we go. I'm reading from a notebook. That's how you know it's real. It's a list. Eggs, classically. Scrambled, fried, sunny side up, sunny side down, raw, even probably. It definitely couldn't make a raw egg worse. It definitely would improve a raw egg. So that's saying something. Oh, any vegetable you don't like. Name a vegetable you don't like. Boom. One time I even put it in split pea soup. Really good, but that feels private because it's vulnerable. So let's just keep that between us. French fries. Hello. So good. Main food groups, vegetables, grains, something, French fries, because they're so good. Okay, you can put it inside pasta sauce, which I can't tell if this list is a bastardization of the hot sauce or not, but you'll let me know if it is. Stop me if it's pre-recorded. One time I actually dipped a piece of sushi in hot sauce, spicy tuna, and it was delicious, and no questions about that, please. You can put it on avocado toast. Lots of restaurants, fancy restaurants, do that. You know, have you guys read the article that says that millennials won't be able to afford houses because they eat too much avocado toast? And you know what? All I have to say about that is that I think it's not avocado toast. I think it's baby boomers leaving us a bad economy. But no, I'm looking at you, Mom. Okay. Okay, finally, it's so spicy that you could throw it in someone's eyes to get revenge on them and probably leave them blind. But here's what I'll say is I would rather my enemies continue seeing and I get to keep the hot sauce, which is a testament to the hot sauce itself. I hope you enjoyed this and it did not discourage you from getting the hot sauce. No, it should encourage you to. Have a good night.
I feel encouraged.
Yeah, me too.
So many uses I wasn't thinking about, from French fries to vengeance, to sushi and everywhere in between. Marlene's hot sauce is so delicious and it's so beautiful. Marlene, congratulations. I know so much work went into building it. Can you put it up? You got it? Do you have it nearby? Show us the magic. Look at that. And when I got that box like a month ago, I literally was showing it to all my friends. I FaceTimed my mom because I was so excited about this. There is more to the entrepreneurship picture, right? John, tell us about social businesses in the schools. I know that's a huge part of the sustainability model of what Haiti Partners is up to.
Yeah, thank you, Houston. Well, you know, if you're going to be a change maker, you got to be able to take care of yourself and your family first. And to do that, you need some type of work. The reality is there's just not enough jobs in Haiti. So our students have to grow up being oriented to create jobs, to be entrepreneurs. And we know that we learn best by observing and by doing. So we just, from the outset, we said that our school has to have a social business. It's got to be, in a sense, entrepreneurism has to be in the air they breathe and the water they drink, so that they can witness the how business can transform things, how business can help life. So we are transforming banana bark from harvested banana plants and vetiver into handmade paper and then turning them into cards. And we have a line of cards that's called Growing Together. And on the back of the cards, there's a little code that shows the video of how the paper is made. And this is the video here. It's 60 seconds. So let's watch that video.
So visiting. And this video
video, we're going to show you how we make this card. By sharing our cards, you're not only supporting the kids at the Children's Academy to get a good education, but you are also providing jobs for members in the community. Thank you again for watching, and thank you for your support.
Merci la vie, merci la vie, oh, merci la vie, merci, merci, merci la vie, merci, des mêmes désolé, merci la vie. Merci la vie, merci. On dit merci, 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 merci la vie. Merci, 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 merci la vie. Merci, merci. Merci la vie.
I'm serious when I say that, well, first of all, that's like an episode of How It's Made. I love seeing that come together, the story of even a piece of paper. And because of that story and because that paper is so beautiful, I literally give that as gifts. Like I'm like, I don't need to buy anything else. This is the gift itself.
Oh,
it is so beautiful
Same
and
here.
full. And I only give it to people I really, really like. So it's really cool. I love John and Marlene. One of the things that another reason I just feel passionate about being on this board and believe in the work so much is because of those future-oriented models that say this is about sustainable change. And one of those pathways is through creating products like Marlene's hot sauce, but also the paper making and teaching them the skills to do so. So make sure you head over to HaitiPartners.org, go to the gift shop. You can find some of those things there to continue to support while also getting something delicious and beautiful. So it feels like you have all these like planted seeds. John, what's the 10-year vision? A decade from now, what's happening?
Sorry about that. I'll let Marlene talk about the 10-year vision. I want to focus on the 1-year vision because we're actually out of space. So our 2 buildings are completely full. And we've been, again, fortunate to have BAR architects draw plans working on a 3rd building that's 11,000 square feet, would give us space for 8 classrooms, also a large assembly area for teacher training and for meetings, bathrooms, reservoir, a 50,000 gallon reservoir. So we are actively seeking funding to build this 3rd building. So that's one of our priorities now. And we're going to be scheduling another virtual event to go in more detail about this. So if anybody is interested in attending that, please send us your email and we'll send an invitation.
So yes, Houston, in terms of 10 years vision, we're committed to having the campus fully built to the capacity so we can provide a full pre-K through high school education. We also plan to continue to expand our afternoon program for youth and adults. Our plans include a teacher training program, and also our vision is to create a model school that not only prepares children and change makers to create a better future, but also inspires others in Haiti and around the world.
Yeah, and we heard Leisa talk about she wants to teach, her dream is to teach other children how to use technology. I mean, in the future, 10 years out, I see Leisa actually working and teaching animation, digital drawing, the things that Aseno are teaching her now. And she's probably also working with a team that maybe they're using the school infrastructure. Maybe it's an accelerator program and they have contracts that companies are contracting them to do projects electronically. If we have internet, electricity, a safe working space, then we can help people, Mavins, bring their ideas to fruition in entrepreneurship and help link them with people in the US and companies and companies in Haiti as well. So our vision is about a place where they can continue to develop and thrive, and we're creating economic development activities. And basically, we want to grow together. And, there's no limit when you have committed, capable people working harmoniously together, and they have the tools that they need, the sky's the limit. So we invite you to grow with us, invite you into this Combit with us.
So many people have shared some beautiful thoughts and reflections and questions in the chat, John and Marlene. I know folks like Sarah and Claudia were asking about parents and the relationship to the Combit. I love that we've covered some of those cool dimensions of how you all think about it. One of the things that stood out to me, both Katie and looks like back home, were both asking about what is bringing life to Haiti Partners and the school right now? I love that question. Maybe one question before we begin to close things out. What's bringing life to Haiti Partners?
It's really the hope and the culture of joy that we've, started cultivating, and we're still striving to have, even in the midst of, so much hardship. So that's what we have. That's what we, yeah.
Yeah, I would add that in a sense, it's the relationships that we have with one another, and it's the growing together. The people who are on the board, the people who we're working with, like and Eric Badger, and we've been working together for going on 22 years, and Deb and our board member. Every single month we have a board call, an hour, 75 minutes, and we love these people. We get our coworkers in Haiti that we work with, and just watching them invest their lives towards a better future for children. It's been quite extraordinary. Yeah. So that's where, in these relationships of us growing together,
give us so much hope.
Yeah, common vision, shared vision, and like you said earlier, John, low on meaning. No matter the salary or the job at Panasonic, certainly this has been meaningful, and I feel so meaningful to be a part of it. And Marlene, I love your answer which is really just the Haitian spirit. And what I love, one of my favorite concepts is wozo. Wozo, which is that concept of we bend, but we do not break. Should we begin to finish things out with some singing?
Yes, so you've heard about Wozo a couple of times tonight. So I love Wozo. I love these kids. So Alex, who worked with Wozo for about 8 years. So we'll introduce you a piece from Wozo tonight. Alex, take the lead.
It's been great being with you, with all of you tonight, especially each of you who are here and participating and helping others, and helping us going together. I join with others to thank each of you for your support. I love that former members of the choir, Crystalline and Denny, who grew up being part of it, now is now leading it. They are leading it, and hope you enjoy that video.
It's so great to see the children at the Wozo Choir just singing and just making us hopeful for the future of Haiti. Merlene, I don't know how this makes you feel, but just makes my heart so warm. Oh, Merlene, I think you're on mute.
Heartfelt to everyone who came out tonight to support our sisters and brothers in Haiti. We love you guys. And again, for those of you who came to meet Haiti Partners for the first time, welcome to the family. And we hope it's not the last time we're going to see you. Again, thank you to the board, to Lisa and the staff, Eric Badger. We can't stop naming because you guys are so dear to us.
Our
So,
colleagues in
our
Haiti
colleagues
who
in
are here with
Haiti.
us tonight, thank you for joining us. Thank you for
thank
being
you.
here. And yeah, we love
Yeah,
you.
we love you.
So,
We see Jean Renal, Junia, Alex, and so many at
Esther.
Bellevue. Esther, we love you
Aseno,
guys.
Aseno.
Aseno.
we did much of this videoing.
I
here.
know. Thank you so much. And the spirit of Conbeat, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for doing Conbeat with us. Thank you for putting your hands together to grow with us. Let's grow together. Thank you.
Yes. And I also just want to take this moment to congratulate you all in the audience. Like with the Growing Together virtual event, we have successfully raised funds for scholarships for 3 classes at the Children's Academy. This is 90 students, guys, 90 kids that get to go to school. So thank you so much. Plus, we've also raised money to support our partner schools, which goes a long way in extending that access to quality education. So thank you so much to all of our sponsors and to all of our donors and everyone in the audience. Thank you for participating. This has just been such an incredible event and incredible opportunity for children in Haiti.
Before we get to one final short message, as Andrea is saying in the chat, let's do more. We have a $25,000 match, which means anything that you've given today will be matched. That 90 could go to another 60 students on scholarship. Thank you for spending time sharing space tonight. It's been so fun getting to meet new friends and old friends alike. We will send a recording of this out. So if you want to share this with friends and family, I feel like tonight is just like an awesome opportunity to learn so much about the humans there, the stories, the history, about the soup, which I'm still hungry about, Meji. We got to hear from Ava and so many beautiful humans along the way. I also want to just open it up for a second. We'll maybe unspotlight everyone for a moment, just so we can see the board. I want the board to wave hello. Yes. So we'll remove all spotlights here, or we'll add all spotlights. We're going for it.
All right.
Bring them in.
Right.
Look at this crew. Margaret, Lisa, who else is here? Bring it on. Let's go.
Linda.
Yeah. Bring in the squad. Hello.
Hi, Chris.
We got to get Deanna on here. Hello.
Deanna.
This is the
hey,
best.
Patrick.
What a crew. And I know we're not all able to see everyone here, but at least some hellos from the amazing squad that pulled this together. This is an unbelievable team and a whole lot of partnerships. Talk about Conbeat in action. What a gift. One more time, we'll put this slide up to make sure that you're able to see it and scan it. If you're able to donate a little bit more tonight, what a gift. In fact, I believe, Meji, do we have one person who wants to say thank you?
Yes, we do. Thank you, Houston. Before we let you go, we want to leave you on this last final note. I promise this is the last thing. Okay, go ahead. It's a note from Lisa.
Merci. Thank you. Gracias. Merci.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh mama, burning inside. I'm dreaming, I'm drumming, I'm dreaming alive. The high and the heaven inside.
I see you, Alex.
Mine and I'm learning to fly. Oh mama, burning inside. I'm dreaming, I'm drumming, I'm dreaming alive. From Berlin to Cuba, the human inside. From Haiti, Colombia, I'm melting in silence. In silence, in silence. Oh mama, whoa. In silence,
You guys are great dancers.
Yes.
I want to dance so much
Yes.
now. I just want to dance and dance.
Gonna keep eating my soup because it is so delicious.
Oh, now I'm hungry, Maggie.
Can't believe you had time to
Yeah,
make
now
that.
you're just showing off, Mitch.
She's gonna keep doing
Yeah,
it. She's gonna keep doing it.
But cheers to you all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
You killed it, Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie and Houston, great job, man.
You killed it too, Houston.
Mainly Maggie. That's why she was introduced first. That's why she
Oh,
is,
please.
No, you know we love you. We love you more tonight, though.
uh,
I'm gonna go grab a prestige out of the fridge.
Oh, thank you so much,
Oh.
Linda, Lisa, Maggie, Houston,
My
Thomas, all of you.
So
My
happy.
goodness.
Hi everyone. I think there's still friends of Haiti Partners here. Hi
Excellent.
Mary. Hi Maggie. Katie Rob's here. Kathleen's here.
Oh, wonderful. That's
Oh,
great.
My sister was here.
oh,
I
that's
thought
I
I
should
saw.
have said her. I should have said hi.
Oh,
She
wow.
said bye, Maggie, in the chat.
You were busy.
There's
Wow.
Giuliante.
My
Kathleen's here.
mother and both my daughters were here tonight too. It was really fun to get to see them from a distance.
Aw.
Great.
wow. It's
Hi,
great to see all of
Jess.
you.
Guys, that was phenomenal.
Thank you.
Oh,
And
That was so good. It was so fun
Daniel
to watch.
Kunitz. Are
Was
you
that?
still there, Daniel? That's somebody I haven't seen for a long time. Thank you, Jesse. Sorry.
And Donovan, what an amazing job. Thank you.
Yeah.
way to go, man.
Donovan.
What happened without Donovan? Where is Donovan?
Hi.
Donovan.
I'm here. I'm here.
And
Oh, and I love that shirt, Donovan.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
the rock
It's too
star.
bad we couldn't see you tonight. Looking amazing.
He was
Oh my goodness.
the wizard behind the curtain.
For anyone
Yeah.
who's still a guest, for anyone who's still a guest, Donovan Beck, whose name is Haiti Partners on this call right now, has been our lifeline, our thread. He has done an incredible job, and he has helped us, and he has been amazing.
Mm.
Yes. So for
Officially
anyone
one of us now.
Yeah. I'm glad to
Sorry,
be here.
Donovan.
part of the family.
No, absolutely. But yeah, hi everybody. My name is Donovan. I hope you enjoyed the show. And then to everyone in the show, absolutely incredible. It was an amazing show. I saw it from a bird's eye view because I've been back in behind the curtain and everything like that. But it was absolutely incredibly amazing.
Wow. So, Gina, nous comptons où?
Yeah. Est-ce que Jean-Renal là tout?
Oui, Jean-Renal, je pense que Jean-Renal était là avec Alex.
Il était là, il a à peine quitté, il dit au revoir tout le monde, merci.
Okay, merci.
Bonjour, bonsoir, Julia.
Voilà.
Bonsoir, comment est-ce?
Ma femme, ou même.
Moi, bien, grâce à Dieu, merci.
D'accord, moi bien content, well, that's right. Merci.
And,
Moi-même
And
tout.
Kristen.
Christine, thank you for staying
I
up.
know.
Oh, can we get her?
I can send her. Yeah, give me one second.
Okay,
She
great.
should be able to unmute now.
Excellent.
It's Sunday. It's like 1 p.m. on Sunday. So
Yeah.
I think it's people in London that were staying up. I got to
Yeah,
sleep,
right.
go to church and see all you guys.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's great. Great seeing you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi,
Thank you
Christine.
for all your
Long
support.
time.
Hi, Jesse.
Long time.
I know it is a long time. Hi, Junior. Kijoye.
Moi, en forme ou-même.
Papi man.
D'accord, me content, well.
Oui, moi-même tout.
Oui,
Yeah.
ça fait longtemps.
Christine, I actually had a friend too who logged in today from Australia, and I was so excited. It was the one time I invited her to a meeting, and it was actually at a good time. Like the time for Melbourne was actually a good time. Every time I invite her to stuff, it's always like 1 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock at night.
When I worked this out, I thought, oh, I can go.
Yeah.
No,
Great
it's
to
good.
see
And,
you.
and yes, John, I've been thinking it's nearly 30 years in May.
Yeah, right.
I can't
Yep.
believe, where's that 30 years gone? It's like a whole life ago.
Yeah. Hey, let's unmute other people too, and
You
feel
should
free.
you should have the ability to unmute yourself now. I think I
Excellent,
cleared the
great,
security
thanks,
settings.
thanks, Donovan. Yeah, anybody else who wants to share?
And we saw we
Yeah,
have
we see
Joe
Joe
now.
Yeah, present. Anybody else who's here and like to
Now.
share? Katie, welcome.
Thank you.
Maggie.
Yeah. Thank you again, Pam, for singing.
Thanks, Houston.
Thank you as well.
Hi. You're great hostess.
Bonsoir, jeune.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Go now.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head out for dinner. Great job. This was
Thank you so much, Jesse.
So good.
Thanks, Jesse. Thanks for
Thank
being a
you.
part of it.
Here's the pandemic.
Hi, Jesse. We miss you, Jesse.
Miss you, Jesse.
Thank you. Miss you guys too.
Yeah.
I'm not going out for dinner, but I'm
Talk to you soon.
for dinner.
Hey, Jesse, bye.
Bye.
I know I owe you a message. I'm gonna get back to you, okay?
Well, I knew you had other things that you had on your plate. So.
This week was crazy.
Yeah,
but
I need to
got
get
you.
back with Jesse too, so he understands.
Awesome. Love you guys.
Okay,
Love you.
Jesse.
Great
Thanks
work.
again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Can FM.
Merci.
Them too.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Them too.
Okay.
We got.
Great work, you guys. I thought it went really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who would have thunk it?
Right.
Yeah, Pamela.
See you, Pam.
Thank you, Pam.
again.
Pamela, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much
So
again.
lovely.
Yeah, that was 9 months. There we go.
There we go.
Amazing.
Baby just.
I'm not sure if Houston's still there, but Meji, thank you again for everything you've
No,
done.
thank you. You were incredible. You were sorry. I kept spotlighting myself, but I was trying to get rid of my spotlight.
All good.
And then I would try to click on something else. I'm sorry.
All good.
You were great.
Thank you. I love this jacket you were wearing, or you're wearing right
Thank you.
now.
Actually, my friend Patty Kitchen gave it to me.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Because I didn't have red. I was like, okay, what's the next most cheerful thing I can do?
It's
yeah,
very
it was
chic.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's very chic. Yeah.
So I would love to just share a quick text. So John Simonton, who was chairman of the board previously, has 3 kids. His youngest is a daughter, Greer, who's been to Haiti. In fact, she went with our group in 2016. And she just sent me the sweetest text, and I want to share it with you guys. She said, my dad and I just watched the Growing Together virtual event. All caps bold, it was amazing. Seriously, one of the best and smoothest Zoom calls I've ever been on, and I'm on Zoom all the time. So that
So sweet.
isn't that so sweet? I just wanted to share that with y'all.
Yeah, that says a lot.
That's
That says a
awesome.
lot.
You.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
for sharing that.
Yeah, I think Thomas can address the fact of my mental process going on in the background as as I'm like messaging him as I'm doing everything in the background. So I'm glad that it went smoothly from an audience end. I'm super glad to hear that.
Well, when a teenager who is doing all of their classes
Yeah.
online, does Zoom all the time, and meets her friends that way, says it, I think that's pretty high compliment.
That is a big compliment. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Right.
I was like, that's a pretty big deal. If we could make school like this, you know,
Right.
like super highly, like well produced, you know, it would take years to make one class, but it would still be.
Let's get
It'd be
started
worth it.
now.
I know.
Hey, and anyone else who's here with us, and Kathy or
Jean.
yeah, feel free to share. Feel free to unmute yourself and share. But you're just really grateful everybody joined us. And
Right.
do we have a Missy and I see
I
a
think that's
Charlie.
my friend. I think that's my friend Missy from Wyoming who grew up in Boston like I did, and is my fly fishing buddy.
Oh, cool. We've probably seen pictures.
Oh, you probably
You
have
guys
seen me.
together, right?
We also have Andrea.
And Andrea, that looked a little bit like a prestige bottle.
Ew.
It is a prestige bottle.
I'm getting jealous here.
I mean, I hope it's good. You guys sent this to me.
Oh.
Oh,
And
that wouldn't last that.
Well, you gotta drink it because it goes bad.
I know. It's pretty much. I need to drink all 3 of them tonight. That I have left.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my.
Cheers to all of you as well. I just have.
Cheers to all of you.
Cheers.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
I know that Linda had sent a second room. But I don't know when that is.
Yeah, I think we have to go into that one separately. I think.
I believe so.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll transition over there. Thank you, everybody, again, and
Thank you, everyone.
we will send all
Yeah,
this to you
so
soon.
much, everyone. And
grateful to each of
I
you.
see a name, Andrea and Kathy and Missy and